Donald Trump just realized that his son-in-law is a moron, and he's upset about it because Jared Kushner was put in charge to deal with coronavirus initially, and he has failed miserably. So there's drama in the White House, which calls for yet another segment of As the White House Turns.
Made some very big mistakes.
I asked for his resignation.
I'm disappointed in the Attorney General.
So Gabriel Sherman over at Vanity Fair is reporting that a rift between Donald Trump and his son-in-law because his son-in-law is an incompetent fool. I mean, so is Donald Trump, but they bungled the initial response to COVID-19, the coronavirus, and that has led to some serious consequences. So Sherman writes, as Trump processes the stakes facing the country and his presidency, he's also lashing out at advisors whom he blames for the White House's inept and flat-footed response. Sources say a principal target of his anger is Jared Kushner. So sources told me, Sherman writes, Trump is regretting that Kushner swooped into the coronavirus response last week. Kushner, according to sources, encouraged Trump to treat the emergency as a PR problem when the White House's chief coronavirus advisor, Dr. Anthony Fauci, and others were calling for aggressive action. So a former White House official told Vanity Fair, quote, I have never heard so many people inside the White House openly discuss how pissed Trump is at Jared. In fact, one source briefed on the internal conversations told Vanity Fair that Kushner advised Trump not to call a national emergency during his Oval Office address on March 11th because, quote, it would tank the markets. The markets cratered anyway. All right.
That's obvious that that's what was going on behind the scenes, that somebody was telling him that this is only a PR story. I mean, and that was the directive sent to all Fox News, like the executives and all of the hosts, because that's how they were treating it. But yeah, who knew that the silver spoon 80s villain, weird Pinocchio wax figure who fixed the Middle East by building settlements. Like, I'm surprised he wasn't just like, we need to build settlements in Italy.
No, I mean,
healthy settlements.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. But at the same time, I don't know, maybe I didn't think about it long enough. I didn't really care to, because Trump himself is so concerned about his own objectives, his own political agenda, his own image, that he didn't even really need Jared Kushner to say, you treat this as a PR issue. Trump would have done that on his own, which is why it was so easy. If this story is 100% true and he took Jared Kushner's lead, it would be easy for him to just fall for that advice, because that's where his head would be at anyway, right? By the way, Jared, according to one White House official, told Trump that Google was doing an entire website that would be up in 72 hours and had 1,100 people working on it 24/7. That's just a lie. So that was the whole Google debacle, right? That Trump had announced, and then it turned out it wasn't true. Google had to respond to it and say, like, no, we're not doing that.
It was supposed to track cases.
I don't remember exactly what Google's website was supposed to do.
What it was going to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, now that's a new kind of thing that they're talking about letting Silicon Valley use their surveillance capabilities on us to track coronavirus cases, which, fair enough, but it's one of those things that obviously should be done by the federal government and not a private company, because like who knows what they're going to then use all that information for. But
don't want a private company doing that. I'm just keeping it real.
The government could hire Google to build it for them.
Right.
I don't understand why it needs to be.
Yeah, I mean, they give out government contracts all the time.
All the time.
So why don't we just go in that direction? Why do you need to privatizing every part of the response isn't the right way to go about it either, right? Or at all. By the way, so what really clicked for Trump, right? Why is it that all of a sudden he's like, oh wow, this moron that my daughter's been married to for a while and has kids with isn't the right person to lead this effort? Well, it was when the coronavirus actually impacted Trump himself. Now, it's not that he contracted the virus, but more importantly,
that we know.
It affected
we
his
would
business.
never know. We know we would never know, right?
Okay. Right, yeah, we would never know. You're
Just
right.
as long as we know that if Trump really did have COVID-19, none of us would ever find out about it.
Right, but what we do know is that there was an issue with coronavirus at Mar-a-Lago. So this is his resort that he likes to go to all the time. One reason the president's attitude may be changing, not maybe, is definitely changing, is that coronavirus showed up at his doorstep, literally. Mar-a-Lago is now a hot spot. Last week, Trump interacted with a Brazilian government official who tested positive for COVID-19. The appearance of coronavirus inside the president's bubble jolted the president's inner circle that up until that point treated the virus more like a Democratic plot. So this is so this is expected of conservatives, right? Like they don't care about things and they don't take things seriously until it impacts them.
Absolutely.
It's like, we're against gay rights. And then all of a sudden they have like a daughter or son who comes out and they're like, you know what? We should really allow gay people to get married. This is wrong what we're doing.
I've evolved on the issue.
I've evolved, exactly.
Speaking of which, I just got a New York Times alert that Rep. Mario Diaz-Balart from Miami is the first member of Congress to test positive for coronavirus. And the mayor of Miami also has it. I don't know whether Diaz-Balart was in Mar-a-Lago or met with like that Brazilian entourage of Jair Bolsonaro that looked like he gave it to the mayor of Miami. But yeah, it's coming for all those people.
And Florida did go ahead with their election yesterday.
They did.
Cool.
Smart decision, DNC, smart decision.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.